Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to get past the surface and really explore the stories that stick with us. And today, we're tackling one that definitely does that. It's the story of Chris McCandless.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
The young man who went into the Alaskan wilderness. It's a story that just sparks so much debate.
Exactly. His, intense search for ultimate freedom, it led him there, but it also tragically led to his death.
And for this deep dive, we're drawing on some really insightful material, especially looking closely at Job Krakuler's book, Into the Wild. It definitely makes you think.
It really does.
Yeah.
So our goal today isn't just to rehash the basic story, many of you know it.
Right.
We want to actually unpack why he made those radical choices, what might have been motivating him, and I guess why his story still hits such a nerve after all this time.
Okay, so who was Chris McCandless before he became this sort of legend?
Well, he was young, just 24. Came from a pretty well-off background, actually. Smart guy, athletic, read a ton.
But then, right after college, he does this. Complete 180. A really decisive break from that life.
Yeah, decisive is the word. Gave away his savings, what was it, like $24,000 to charity. Cut off all contact with his family, and took on a new name, Alexander Supertramp.
Wow. That's not just leaving home, that's erasing a past identity on someone.
Totally. It was like a full rejection.
So as Alexander Supertramp, he starts this journey, right? Just wandering.
Yeah, crisscrossing America, hitchhiking mostly, picking up odd jobs here and there, living really rough, just constantly moving.
Away from society, it seems. But he had a destination in mind, didn't he?
He did. It wasn't just random wandering. The ultimate goal was always Alaska.
The big one.
Yeah, the Alaskan wilderness. He saw it as the final test, the ultimate challenge for his ideas about survival and self-reliance.
A test which, sadly didn't end well.
No. He lasted about 4 months out there living in that abandoned bus.
The magic bus.
Right, but he was found dead. Starvation, that was the official cause. It's just a really stark end to it all.
Which inevitably leads to the big question, the one everyone asks.
Yeah.
Why?
Exactly. What was really going on inside his head? Was it just about adventure? Was he running from family problems? Or was it something more philosophical, maybe even spiritual?
Well, and you see this clearly in Krakuler's work. His literary heroes played a huge role.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Tolstoy, Thoreau, Jack London.
Right. He wasn't just casually reading them. It seems like he deeply absorbed their ideas. Thoreau's call for simplicity, Tolstoy's critique of wealth, London's romantic vision of the wild.
Yeah, he was trying to live those ideals, not just talk about them.
Which connects to his view of the modern world, right? He seemed to genuinely believe it was corrupt.
Totally. Materialistic, artificial, just empty. He was searching for something pure, something authentic, something true, and he thought he'd find it in nature, stripped bare.
But that's the clash, isn't it? Those very pure, very high-minded ideals running smack into the hard reality of the wilderness. Like the book says, nature doesn't care about your philosophy degree. It doesn't take credit cards.
Right. Ideals don't keep you warm when it's freezing.
Exactly. And that tension is something Job Krakuler explores so well in Into the Wild.
Yeah, and Krakuler's own background is key here, isn't it? He's not just a reporter, he's a serious mountaineer himself.
Right. He understands that pull towards extreme environments, towards risk. He gets the mindset.
And his research was incredible. He didn't just retell the story. He tracked down and interviewed people Chris met on his travels.
Yeah, he really dug into the family background, the complexities there, and he compared Chris's story to other adventurers, others who pushed the limits.
And the really fascinating part is Krakuler's honesty about his own past.
Oh, yeah. His admission about his own youthful recklessness, that climb on the Devil's Thumb where he almost died.
Exactly. That personal experience gives him this unique empathy, I think. He understands the impulse, the allure of that danger, even if he questions McCandless's preparation or judgment.
That empathy is crucial. It stops the book from being just a simple judgment, He paints Chris as complex, not just a hero, not just a fool.
Shades of both.
Definitely shades of both. And that ambiguity is why people still argue about him so fiercely. Was he inspiring? Was he irresponsible?
It pulls you right into these big fundamental questions, doesn't it? Like the tension between wanting total freedom versus needing some security.
Or idealism versus just basic practicality. How do you balance those?
And that deeper thing, that search for meaning. In a world that can feel kind of superficial sometimes, how do you find something real?
And we can't ignore the family aspect either. His relationship with his parents was clearly strained. pretty difficult.
Right. So how much of his journey was a rebellion against them, against his upbringing, versus a purely spiritual quest?
It's probably tangled together, isn't it? Hard to separate those threads completely.
Which loops back to that really profound existential question the story throws at you. Is it noble to chase your ideals like that, to go all in, even if it costs you everything?
Or is it just foolish? Does the tragic ending somehow cancel out the dream itself?
Or maybe. Maybe the sacrifice makes the dream even more powerful in a way. It's hard to say.
And then there's that last note he wrote, found in the bus.
Oh, yeah. So powerful. Happiness is only real when shared.
Think about that. After all that time, deliberately seeking solitude, pushing people away, surviving alone against the odds,
That's the conclusion he reaches. It's an incredible paradox.
he went to the extreme of isolation to find out, maybe, that connection is what truly matters, that joy needs someone to share it with to be real.
Wow. Yeah,
And people read that line so differently, don't they?
for sure. Some see it as this deep, hard-earned wisdom.
Mm-hmm. And others see it as just heartbreaking regret, like he realized it too late. The ultimate irony.
It really gets you thinking. And I think that's why Into the Wild, the whole story, resonates so much. It taps into something in, well, probably most of us.
That little voice that sometimes says, what if I just walked away from it all?
Yeah. Escape the routine, ditch the phone, go out into nature, see what you're really made of.
But most of us, we'd probably turn back pretty quickly.
Right. After the first serious discomfort, the first real scare.
One mosquito bite too many.
Exactly. But Chris didn't. He went all in. He committed completely.
For better or worse, he saw it through to the end.
And that commitment, that intensity, whether you admire it or think it was crazy, it makes him unforgettable. He makes you examine your own choices, your own comfort zones.
So the debate goes on, right?
Yeah.
Reckless dreamer, genuine seeker of truth.
Probably a bit of both, tangled up together. And that complexity is why Krakauer's book is still read, still argued about.
It holds up a mirror, in a way. Forces you to think about your own life, your own values.
Yeah, your own relationship with freedom, security, what really gives life meaning.
Which leads us to a final thought for you. Something to maybe mull over, inspired by Chris's journey.
Okay.
If you had to strip everything back, if you had to reduce your life to just the absolute essentials you could carry, what would you keep? What would truly matter? What makes the cut? Something to think about.